Well, here we're looking at the Dow, and I actually thought the Dow looked a lot better than some of the other indexes, especially that the fact that it was up a little bit over that 50-day moving average. It seemed to hold it a little bit. And I actually thought we might see that test of that 18,000, but we really just saw kind of a reversal today. And, prices testing that 50-day moving average again at the low of this 17,495 level. We talked about the support at 17,500. We see prices holding that so far, but any break there, I think we easily go into 17,000 and probably much lower, probably back down into 16,000 or down to 15,000, especially if we start to break deep into here. It could get pretty aggressive. I think, and unless we really break through the 18,000, I'm still very negative on this overall market. We've talked about that for quite some time. I thought, maybe they're going to try to rally this back. It looked like they were getting, getting excited about what, some of the Fed intervention, and we saw the reversal today, which doesn't sit well with me. I just think that we knew that we would see some kind of bounce off this range because it made sense with the technicals. But if we start to see the violation of that trend line and the 17,000, I think that would really spell some serious trouble for the overall markets and could indicate a longer term decline over some quite some time. And even the fact that potentially we are seeing a top forming here, because until we see a new one, that's my guess here that we have a potential top as prices are struggling to try to move higher. And, they could easily break those new highs and then everybody will get excited. But the sheer fact that we've been running sideways since March with no real advancement should be really concerning for a lot of people. And, even from a non-technical basis, it should be concerning that, we've been pumping this market for a long time with federal intervention in many, many ways. And it's almost like the music is starting to stop here, and traders need to be aware of that and protective of that. As I said in the other video, I'm going to be going away to see my family. I'm going to do a Sunday video. I'm going to do it a little earlier, and I don't know if they'll post it earlier, but I want to make sure that it's going to be available. So I'm going to be doing that video, and it'll be available, and I won't be back until the 2nd of January. I'm going for about 2 weeks to see my family. It's a long trip for me, and it's going to be, I haven't seen them for quite some time. So I do this trip every year. Usually around this time, it's usually kind of sometimes quiet most of the time. And a lot of times people try to just work out some positions, but for the most part, there's not a lot of heavy commitments at this time in the overall market for obvious reasons, and for tax bases and things of that sort. So it seems like usually the best time to kind of, if you're going to take time off, that's usually the better time. Anyway, I do appreciate everybody's latitude, but it's important to see your family for sure. And what we'll do, as I said, is we're going to do what we always do, is we do some videos, instructional videos, ones that I think will help people who are interested in how to chart, and also certain trading techniques, and we'll put them on there for, at least you have some content while I'm away, and I think that adds value to what we've been doing. Just to kind of reflect on the year, I think we've done rather well. I mean, we're up about 820% on the overall year. And that's including the losses, and that's under 300%. And we have a lot higher percentage winners than losses, as you could see, a much higher percentage in that we have, I think, about 90 winners and something like 40 losses or something like that. It escapes me right now, but we did rather well with that. So I was pretty pleased with the year. And I hope everybody else was. I think we did really well when you consider that prices really, since March, really ran sideways to kind of come up with, that kind of percentage return. I think speaks rather well of our of our site, and I'm pretty excited about that. Considering, like I said, this market has really not really moved very far from the highs, and so very difficult to kind of make those kind of returns. And I think that that's I'm certainly proud of that kind of performance. Anyway, I wish everybody a great holiday, Merry Christmas, a good Hanukkah, and whatever holiday you celebrate. I wish you the best. And I will be back in January 2nd. I'll do one more video, but I just wanted to say to those that may miss that of the video that, I wish them the best, and I certainly appreciate all your contributions to our site.